Hello and welcome to the Fishing Guide Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Wiegmann, and what we have here is I'm going to say it's media day is what's happening here at Catch the Fever media camp. And so got media people here, but we have some people that can talk about Santee Cooper. They can talk about fishing in this area. And so we're going to find out more about that. So the first person is Brian Cope. Right?
That's right.
And you're with Carolina Sportsman Outdoor Magazine, right?
Carolina Sportsman Magazine.
Yep. And so tell us a little bit about that magazine, Brian.
Well, we cover both Carolinas. We cover hunting and fishing, saltwater and freshwater. So if it happens in the outdoors in the Carolinas, you'll find it in Carolina Sportsman Magazine.
And it's a print? Is it print and also web?
Yeah, we've got a print magazine that comes out every month, and we're also have a big website called carolinasportsman.com.
All right. And so tell us, Jeff Dennis, tell us about what you do and who are you representing today? You got kind of thrown in the mix here.
Oh, that's quite all right. I write for Trilogy Outdoors magazine. It's a newspaper, and we have covering the hunting, fishing, and lifestyle in the South Carolina low country. And we're here at the media camp fishing for primarily crappie, but we did have some bycatch today, stripers and brim and a perch. So we will catch what's biting, but we're primarily trying to talk about crappie.
Yep. So Brian, tell us about your magazine. Tell us how that works. Or do you have a lot of columns in there? Where's the information coming?
Yeah, we've got 9 columns that are written by freelancers. And then we we run 5 features a month, which are the longer articles. Some of those will be about hunting, some fishing. It just depends on what season we're in. Whatever's in season is what we're writing about. And then we also have fishing hotspots in every magazine. So we're telling you in each month where to go in the Carolinas to catch what fish and how to do it.
So is there a cost, a fee? How are these put out at retailers? How does that work?
Yeah, you can find them in retailers. A lot of tackle shops carry them, a lot of grocery stores, hardware stores, and we also have a subscription. So it's $20 a year, and we'll send it right to your house.
And they come out how often?
Every month.
Every month?
Yep, every month.
So that's pretty current then on the fishing reports or kind of the articles. They're kind of situated for, the fall magazines will have more fall products inside there,
Yeah, whatever season it is, when you get your magazine, you'll be able to read up and see what you should be doing that month.
All right. And we'll talk about Trilogy Outdoor Magazine. When does that come out?
Yeah, we're also a monthly publication.
Yep.
And you can. It's for free though. It's one of those where the advertising pays for the publishing. And you could also see it online at trilogyoutdoorsmedia.com.
Where did they usually find those? In bait stores or?
That's correct. On the coast area of the Low Country, so in tackle shops, mom and pop stores. Right. Anything to do with outdoors, maybe a gun store, that type thing.
There you go. And you write a column for that, right?
I do. I write
Do you have a column, or are you freelance and have different topics that you cover?
Well, I freelance and have different topics, but it's a regular column in that every month I'm called on to do a couple of different stories to fill some voids. And in September it was about early hunting seasons for game birds. And then the month before that, it was about the end of our offshore fishing season here in South Carolina, and so on and so forth. And we do have the leeway, say for Father's Day, just to write some features about fathers and sons hunting. And so we do have some of that lifestyle to it.
Right. And does your magazine, does it cover hunting too, or is it just all fishing?
Yeah, hunting and fishing.
Oh, hunting and fishing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we also have a bag-a-buck contest during deer season. Is real popular online, and we put the winners, in the magazine. They win a trip for a 2-day hunting trip for 2 people at Cherokee Run Hunting Lodge, and so that's another big part of what we do in the magazine during deer season.
Right. So when it comes to, what do you think is the most popular topics that you usually get covered in your, is it?
It's not even close. It's deer.
It's
hunting.
deer?
Yeah,
deer hunting's the biggest draw?
Yeah, that's the biggest draw. And like I say, it's not even close. So,
really? And you think you write more hunting articles than fishing articles?
Probably covering more fishing and fishing tournaments.
Oh, all right.
But no, I've written an article for deer hunting for Trilogy regarding on how to go to a public lands and navigate a deer hunt, something like that, how to have the best success. So we'll address that. But no, we kind of have roots in saltwater fishing.
Right.
And then when we come to Santee Cooper country to fish the freshwater, that sort of expands our variety and our knowledge, and we're talking about live scoping, and sometimes that crosses back over to saltwater.
Right.
So this is all the same stuff, though, the fishing, the lures, the tackle. We're talking about rods, reels. We had to fix a broken reel this morning, stuff you do that on the fly.
Right.
And so this fits us to a T.
Yep. So talk a little bit more about the magazine and kind of how it lays out. People are going through it. Are they going to flip to one certain section that is always real popular?
Well, we do have the columns are popular. We've got one called the Santee Stringer, which is all about fishing in Santee Cooper country.
Which is good because we're here at
So that's in the magazine every month. So every month you can look and see what you need to be doing in Santee Cooper country.
Right.
And another one of the really popular columns we have is we have a cooking column called Cooking on the Wild Side.
Right.
And our chef just talks about cooking wild game, and he tries to keep it in season. Whatever's in season, that's what he's cooking. So,
how'd you end up becoming the editor of the magazine?
I just started freelancing with the magazine several years ago, and then a position came open as web editor, which I applied for and got, and then when the magazine editor retired a couple of years ago, they asked me if I wanted to take over the magazine as well. So I did that too. So now I've got the web and the magazine.
So you gone every step. With everything.
Yeah. I started, with all the other guys that are still freelancing with us. I was right there with them, competing for spots in the magazine, and so now we all work together. So
there you go. Good. And Jeff, let's hear the story. What's the background behind you? We hear you're a big blogger.
Yeah. So Low Country Outdoors blog's been going since 2009. What's going on is that I'm eat up with the love for the outdoors. I've been to a lot of professional media organizations, annual meetings, and I've learned from others who've been there before me how to apply my craft, and I'd like to think that I'm bringing a certain talent when I take pictures and write stories, that I've done this for 10, 20 years now for newspapers, magazines, online columns. It's all sort of congealed, and then when you get a little bit older, that's what you're doing a lot, and so that's good, and I hope that continues, and blessed to be here fishing with this group. Catch the Fever is our main sponsor. We welcome you to town for the first time this year. We were right here at Santee Cooper last year, fishing for crappie. So this is something we do regularly, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Yeah,
I come rolling in. So this is my first time at Santee Cooper. I've been to probably every other reservoir that's ever had big bass tournaments. I've probably been there. I've covered it. I've probably done photography work there. But so this is the first time. Huge, enormous reservoir, basically 2 lakes into one, and so it's kind of like Kentucky Lake and Barkley with a canal that connects the two. So that's kind of the layout. What's your biggest fish that you've ever caught on Santee Cooper? You've got to go with the best fishermen, the best guides on this lake.
I'm glad you asked me that question. My biggest fish on Santee Cooper is a 76-pound Arkansas blue catfish.
Holy cow!
And I caught it during a media camp, actually.
You did?
Yeah, sure did.
Wow. Who'd you catch it? Who was your guide that day?
Gene, I can't think of Gene's last name. He's passed away since then. But we called him Mean Gene. But he wasn't mean at all. He was the nicest guy ever. But
76 pounds.
Yeah, and there was even a TV crew on the boat with me. So.
Oh, come on! So you got the whole thing on film. That's what everyone wants, you know. And you didn't have to take your GoPro.
That's right.
They probably had great footage. Yeah. Jeff, biggest fish here on Santee Cooper?
It would have been at this event last year. I caught the biggest crappie of the weekend. I think it was 1.86 pounds, but it looked pretty good for the social media pictures.
Right.
Got some shares, got some likes, and certainly thrilled me because I was put on that fish by a guy named Nick Dowda, and I fished with Nick this morning again, as a matter of fact. So you get to reminisce about those type things, and that, you know, it was windy today. The hull was slapping, you know, it was making noise. The fish were a little finicky. So, you know, you don't always get the nice prize winning fish like that. But that'd be my best on Santee Cooper.
All right, sounds good. That takes us up to Tackle Time. Tackle Time is sponsored by PICO Lures. PICO Lures has a complete line of hard and soft baits. Catches everything and every kind of terminal tackle you might need to catch that big catfish or to catch some crappie. iScope jig heads are real popular. They're hard, aspirin-shaped head that Mitch is having a hard time keeping in stock because they're so popular. You can check them out, PicoLures.com. Jeff, if they want to find out more about Trilogy, where would they go?
Yeah, well, I also wanted to share that Trilogy Outdoors is also a podcast, so you can find that on our Trilogy Outdoors media website, or we have a Facebook page. And one of our founders is actually active duty military, so we have a strong support for armed forces, and we don't miss a chance to thank them for their service. And we're steadfast in our mission. We're getting ready to do a little makeover on the magazine, change our format, sharpen up our colors. So we're progressing, and that's a good thing.
All right. And Brian, if they want to find out more about your magazine,
they can go to carolinasportsman.com.
Okay.
And they can also go to facebook.com/carolinasportsmanmag.
There you go. There you have it. Like I always like to end the show, make sure you keep your hook sharp and your lures in the water.